Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In the purple mystery box there is some math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. If you'd like to try this out, you can use the link in the description, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, let's start with a 0. 0 gives us 0. How about a 1? So 1 gives us not a number, so maybe a square root function. That's an error we get with square root functions. Let's try some more positive numbers. Also not a number. I'm going to go out further. Okay, so it looks like the positive numbers aren't working with this. Let's try some negative numbers. Aha. So -1 gives us -2. So if this is a square root function, it looks like it's been, well, it looks like it's been reflected both over the x-axis and the y-axis. Normally we would see the square root function look like this. So 1, 1, and let's see, 4, 2, and it would, continue on like that. But we might have a shape like this, so it's been sort of reflected 180 degrees. That's going to mean a negative sign outside the radical sign and inside. But I think there's something else going on here too. Let's get a couple more numbers. I'm going to put in a -2. Aha, and that's -2.82. Okay, so that looks familiar as well. I'm going to put in a 4. I meant -4. Yeah, so -4 gives us -4. Okay, so we've got this square root function. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, reflected both over the x and the y-axis. So I guess reflected about the origin 180 degrees. That means in our function, we're going to have a negative sign outside the radical and inside. And I left some room here because I think we also have a multiplier. If you look at 1, when I put in -1, I got out a -2. So let's think about this. If I put in, got a negative sign here, and then negative, and put in a -1. Okay, so if that's what I put in, a -1 is a positive 1, which is good because we can take the square root of that. That's going to be 1, and then if I just had this negative sign out here, that would give me a -1, but I got a -2. So I think our multiplier here is going to be 2. Let's try that out with a -4. How would that work? So -2 times a -4. Well, a -4 is a positive 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So this is 2 times a -2. That equals -4. And that's exactly what we get. If we put in, let's say, a 9 or a -9 here, what we should get is a -6. So let's try that. Square root of 9 is 3 times -2 is -6. So that all looks like it's working. I think we've got this. Let's go ahead and reveal. Yeah, it's a -2 times the square root of a -x, and let's graph that as well. So it is that same square root shape. It's flipped upside down, it's flipped across the y-axis, and it's a little steeper because of that 2 multiplier. Well, how did that go for you? Were you thinking square root? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.